So today I'd like to share with you 5 clinical matching service sites, 4 of which have been successful for me. And this is specifically for nurse practitioner students who are seeking clinical placement with either a nurse practitioner or a physician. And the first one that I'm going to show you is NP Hub. So you're going to want to go to nphub.com. And once you're at nphub.com, you're going to go ahead and do a search. You're going to enter your city and state, and then enter the specialty, specifically if it's a primary care, all ages, pediatrics, or women's health. Now, this search option will help to find a location that is within a specific mile radius of your starting point. So you want to enter that accurately. Then you'd need to await approval from the preceptor, which could take between 5 to 7 days. And if you scroll down, you can see all the steps are also here. So once the preceptor approves, you would have to finalize paperwork and submit a payment. Now, if you were a struggling student like me, you would want to probably select the payment plan. This site does offer an affordable payment plan, most of which is due prior to your clinical start date. And finally, you want to download and submit any paperwork that is necessary. And once you do that, you would await approval from your school or your university. And once your university is approved, you would schedule your first clinical date with your preceptor. And that is NP Hub. And the next clinical site that I used as well is Preceptor Link. So you'd want to just type in preceptorlink.com. And once you do that, Preceptor Link is another clinical matching service site. You would start by first selecting specialty. Again, the steps are pretty similar. Then you would enter the location, you would enter rotation dates, and this one is asking for the required hours. So most schools will probably start you off with maybe 50 or 100 hours to start first semester, and then it increases in hours as the semesters go on. So once you've done that, you also want to keep in mind that if your school requires, for instance, a total of 300 hours, you could also split it up by completing 150 hours on one platform and another 150 somewhere else. This helps you just basically keep your option open. And this site does notify you once you've been matched with a preceptor, and once you've been matched, you go ahead from there. The third option that I have used, and they are also very little, I've used them as well in the past, is preceptortree.com. So once you type in preceptortree.com, this also shows you the matching steps, 6 easy steps. You also do want to be mindful, though, that all of these sites that I am showing to you, they are paid services, but most of them do offer payment plans that would probably meet your needs. The first thing you want to do here is to request a rotation. You want to complete the preceptor paperwork, get a match, wait for approval, and then finally you'd schedule your rotation. So that is Preceptor Tree. The fourth one is Moment MD. Moment MD is one that I've also used successfully. And this one was suggested to me by my university. Now, Moment MD is a little bit more unique because it is a digital health platform. And when I say digital health platform, I mean that it utilizes preceptors via telemedicine. I've used this service before when I trained with a provider who was an allergist. We saw all of our patients via telemedicine, and this gave me an opportunity to view how she charted on all of her patients and how she prescribed. And it was just a great introduction to the world of telemedicine. It was something that I enjoyed because I could see myself being a telemedicine provider. And the final one, I did use. I did start off with Clinical Match Me. I wasn't very successful with it, however, because I did have the provider cancel on me at the last minute. And this was at no fault of the clinical service site. This was mainly the provider's preferences. But the service overall was still helpful. They did refund me my deposit. And that is one of the good things about having this service is if the preceptor cancels on you, you do have the option to obtain a full refund. But however, if you cancel, there is no full refund. You may have to pay a certain amount. But once they find your preceptor, you'll be able to communicate with your preceptor. You'll see here at the top, it says placement, it says communicate, billing and support. You would upload your professional information. Most of them will ask for your license information and have a resume prepared as well. Having a resume is helpful because they will ask for that information, because you'll also get information from the preceptor. You'll get the preceptor's resume, you'll get their malpractice insurance and various details about the preceptor. So they also want you to provide some of the same. I hope you found this video helpful, and definitely stay tuned for more.